See, before starting motor system, we should know about the motor areas first. See here, the first thing is precentral motor cortex. The part of the cerebral cortex of the frontal lobe that lies anterior to the central sulcus is called as precentral motor nuclei, cortex. And stimulation of this area will give rise to the skeletal response. Brodmann classified histologically these areas into area 4, 6, and 8. Here we can see in the diagram that this is a part of the motor cortex that lies anterior to the central sulcus. This is area 4. This is area 4 motor cortex of the motor cortex. This is area 6 reaching just anterior to the area 4, and this is frontal eye field. These are 4, 6, and 8 are the motor areas. Now we will discuss about the area 4, motor area 4. This is responsible for major portion of the motor cortex lies along the whole length of the precentral gyrus. And it is a main region for the origin of pyramidal tract. In this area, the body is represented upside down in the cortex, and the size of representation of the individual body part is proportional to the skill with which the part is used, and it is responsible for control of the discrete isolated movements of the opposite side of the body. And face, pharynx, vocal cord, and muscles for closing the jaw are bilaterally represented. Here we can see in the diagram the body is represented upside down, when the part which is used most is have got more area. The part which shows more skill has got more area. That's why the part of hand and fingers are more developed. See, bilateral representation is of mouth, jaw muscles, pharynx, and tongue. So they represent major portion of area in the motor cortex. Now we move to area 6, that is also called as premotor cortex. This area lies to the anterior to the precentral gyrus, precentral cortex. See here, this is area 6. Area 6, then it is responsible for it contributes rather descending fibers of the pyramidal tract, and it also gives rise horizontal fibers to the area 4, and in addition extrapyramidal fibers which does not run in the pyramidal tract. So this contributes about descending fibers of pyramidal tract, horizontal fibers to the area 4, and extrapyramidal fibers. Of the function of area 6 is it is responsible for receiving afferent fibers from somatosensory cortex, that is S1 and S2, for the sensory inputs for the movement, and it is also responsible for movements made in response to the visual input or verbal commands. It is responsible for postal support and planned movements. It is responsible for changing in the velocity of the movement from one task to the another. That is, if we do work, the velocity of movement is smooth. Then it is also responsible for two-handed coordination movements. See, this is area 6. This is area 6. That is responsible for, along with the somatosensory input, it is responsible for smooth movements and known movements, fine skilled voluntary movements, depending upon the verbal or visual commands that is obtained from somatosensory cortex. Here is a somatosensory cortex that give fibers to the premotor cortex, and in addition it also gives fibers to the horizontal fibers to the area 4, and in addition it gives extrapyramidal fibers. Then there is frontal eye field area that is responsible for movements of eyes along with verbal and visual commands. These are the areas, area 4, area 6, and area 8. These are the motor areas.